Are you looking for the best VR headsets? In this video, we will look at some of the 6 best VR headsets on the market. Before we get started with our video, we have included links in the description. So make sure you check those out to see which one is in your budget range. Number 1. Meta Quest 3. The Meta Quest 3 is $200 more expensive than the Quest 3S, but the display's higher resolution and wider field of view justifies the extra expense. Besides that, it's nearly the same as Meta's newer headset, with a color pass-through camera for mixed reality and a powerful Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 Gen 2 processor. Both elements are more advanced than the even pricier, eye-tracking Meta Quest Pro in some ways. Want to experience VR without cables? This is the standalone headset for you. The picture is sharper and wider, which goes a long way. When factoring price and features, the Quest 3 is the best overall VR headset for getting into VR without investing in a tethered headset and a PC, or an Apple Vision Pro. Number 2. Meta Quest 3S. The Meta Quest 3S is the cheapest way to get into VR without making major compromises. It's a standalone VR headset with color pass-through cameras and the same processor that powers the higher-end Meta Quest 3. In fact, it's nearly identical to the Quest 3 except for the display, which isn't nearly as sharp or has as wide a field of view. Still, it looks good for the price. This is the ideal introductory VR headset if you don't want to spend $1,000 trying out the technology. It has everything you need for a strong VR experience, although its picture quality isn't as good as its more expensive sibling. Number 3. Meta Quest Pro. The Meta Quest Pro is an impressive headset that features cool eye tracking and face tracking tech. It costs significantly more than the Quest 3 and Quest 3S, however, so you really need to be sold on the eye tracking before you buy in. Its Qualcomm Snapdragon XR2 Plus processor is also a generation older than the XR2 Gen 2 on the other Meta headsets, though it helps make up for it with 12 GB of memory to their 8 GB each. The Meta Quest Pro is for professionals who need a capable VR headset for collaboration purposes, and for enthusiasts who want to play with the excellent eye tracking and face tracking tech. You should be prepared for eye tracking features that aren't nearly as polished as the much more expensive Apple Vision Pro though. Number 4. Sony PlayStation VR2. The PlayStation VR2 is a significant upgrade over the original that combines the PlayStation 5's power with new eye tracking and motion control tech that makes VR games even more immersive. Plus, the lightweight headset has impressive specs, including a sharp OLED display that delivers a 2000 by 2040 pixel picture to each eye. The PS VR2 is for gamers willing to go all in on Sony's next-generation vision of virtual reality. After all, the headset's not inexpensive at nearly $600 and it lacks backward compatibility with original PlayStation VR games, which is why that model is still on this list. However, this comfortable and impressive hardware has its own strong library. Number 5. Valve Index VR Kit. Valve's PC-tethered VR headset is pricey, and on paper it doesn't stand out much from the competition. The headset is just one part of the VR experience though, and the Valve Index really impresses because of the other major component: the controllers. They're revolutionary, able to rack individual finger movements and make games that take advantage of the feature much more immersive than the standard trigger grips on other controllers. It's amazing to see your fingers wiggle in Half-Life Alyx. The headset itself, while not outstanding, still offers crisp, smooth graphics with a high refresh rate, too. The system integrates with Valve's Steam Store through Steam VR, so there's an incredibly large library of VR games, even if only a tiny fraction might bother with the finger support. This is the go-to VR headset for use with PCs, thanks to its strong performance and revolutionary controllers. If you're just starting with VR on PC, go with this one. If you already have a Steam VR-compatible headset, though, such as the Vive Pro 2 along with their base stations, you can buy the controllers for $280 to breathe new life into your VR experience without investing in the full Valve Index system. You could also use the Valve Index controllers with the Quest 3, 3S, or Pro, but you'll need an $80 Meta Quest link cable and add the base stations as well at $300 for a pair. Number 6. HTC Vive Pro 2. The HTC Vive Pro 2 targets both enthusiasts and professionals with the sharpest VR picture available at 2448 by 2448 pixels per eye. It works with Steam VR and has its own VR software store in the form of VivePort. The store offers the subscription-based VivePort Infinity service that provides unlimited access to VR experiences, which is a nice bonus. If you want the best VR experience available without diving into pro-level extremes, the Vive Pro 2 combined with Valve Index controllers is the combination to get. It'll cost you at least $1,300 before factoring in a PC with the specs to take advantage of the headset's power, but you'll enjoy amazing visuals and controls.